Yeah. Some people ask me, are you a drug addict and an alcoholic? And I think that I probably am. I mean, here's one indicator on the drug addict, and here's the other one on the alcoholic. So I guess we can conclude, and that I've been to Hawaii, we conclude that, and I need this to find my directions, we can solidly conclude that I am an alcoholic, no doubt. But am I a sober alcoholic? That is the question. And, well, I guess that answers that, huh? So, I'm not exactly a sober alcoholic. Now, shit. Anyways, I dropped it. So, am I a drug addict? Do I take drugs? Am I a drug addict? Do I take drugs? This drug is from one country, about close to here. Alcohol. And this is a drug from about 4,000 miles away in a pill form. Cheers. Can I drink in public where I'm at? I guess so. Can I take drugs in public? Guess so. And once again, alcoholic and drug addict. Where did all this begin? I guess, when did I start? Well, my adoptive father was a drug dealer, and he was an alcoholic, but he was more of a drug dealer, I would say, and an abuser. He was very abusive, and it was so bad that my mom had to get a divorce. And they were going to take away his license, his doctor's license. He was a psychiatrist. They were going to take away his doctor's license if he didn't quit. He had a couple overdoses and stuff, and we had some people die that we knew that were kind of, might have been related to, or I don't know, it never got sorted out. And you can tell that I'm drinking responsibly. See, I have this symbol on my head that says, don't operate heavy machinery or whatever while you're under the influence or drive or anything like that, and I'm not doing that. My first wife was killed by a drunk driver, and that was hard. And then I've had a lot of friends die from drugs and alcohol and all that. And I guess basically when I met my real family, see, I always wondered, well, I always wondered whether my alcoholic was genetic, because I was raised by another family than my blood family, and I met my real family when I was 40. And on that part of my real family, genetically, my father is an alcoholic, confirmed. My mother is an alcoholic. And my 3 sisters are alcoholics, and my brother is an alcoholic. So essentially everybody in the family is an alcoholic. And then in programs like Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff, they preach this guilt about how it's a moral thing, and you're a bad person, and you do bad things to bad people, and that's why you drink. Well, I can tell you straight up, I haven't broken the law much. I've never killed anybody, far as I know. And I'm not really a bad person. I'm just a drunk. And my family is basically good people. My genetic family, now my adoptive family, that's a different story, but my genetic family, they're basically good people, other than they're drinking themselves to death like me. And I've overdosed. I've been in the hospital a couple times. My worst time was 3 years ago. I was taking a bunch of pills like I'm doing right now, and I came home from work. After work, I started taking more. I was with my work buddies out partying. I drove home, and I remember coming into the house, and I had a linoleum floor, and it was raining really heavy. I had on my steel-toe boots, and I slipped, and I hit my back of my head on the doorknob. You can see right here. And then I fell down. And I remember coming in and out of a coma for about 3 days, and my cell phone battery went dead. I wasn't able to call anybody, so I was on the floor 7 days without food or water. This is a true story. And my landlord luckily wondered why I wasn't going to work. I'm a sociable person and everything, and so my landlord was kind of wondering why my car was still there. And he opened the door and he saw me on the floor, and he goes, "Can you get up?" And I'm like, "No." And he just called 911 right then, because he knew that I was on the floor for about a week, and so it's a miracle that I lived. And as soon as the EMTs showed up, I was begging for water, because my kidneys were basically just dry, and they were shut down. My kidneys were completely shut down. There was no guarantee they could get my kidneys started again, and there wasn't much of a chance I was going to live. The doctors were telling me that I didn't have very much of a chance of living, and that they were going to try, but I had to sign the paperwork, for them to go ahead with the medical procedures. Some of them were experimental. I had a pneumonia, I had a staph infection, I had multiple infections. My heart was leaking enzyme, my kidneys were completely shut down, I had pneumonia, I was barely alive. And anyways, that's about it. That's about 9 minutes of this. This is a part 1. I'll be coming out with the part 2 here. We'll be recording a part 2 pretty soon. So this is just part uno on my situation. And I've never talked about this publicly, ever. You're the first one to know.